A federal court in North Dakota has blocked a mandate forcing doctors to perform controversial gender transition procedures. Now, this is the second court to do so. The transgender mandates serve the purpose of forcing religious hospitals and professionals to perform these procedures that not only violated their religious principles, their moral conscience, but their medical expertise. We're talking about procedures that were not medically needed, actually mutilating the bodies of young people. Joining me now to talk about this is Senior Counsel at Becket Fund for Religious Liberty, Luke Goodrich. Luke, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me, Tony.
Luke, I would imagine you guys at Becket are pretty excited about this since you handled the case before the court and you've got a victory for religious freedom here.
Yes, this is a great ruling. Our clients are Catholic doctors and hospitals who provide top-notch medical care to everyone, including transgender individuals, and they do everything from cancer to the common cold. But during the Obama administration, the government passed this mandate saying that if you won't perform gender transition procedures, and these are things like cross-sex hormones or surgeries that remove perfectly healthy organs, that if you won't do this, you're liable for discrimination and can face millions of dollars in penalties. And so we represented these Catholic doctors and hospitals and said, hey, we're happy to care for everyone, but we don't want to do these procedures that can actually be harmful to our patients. And the federal court ruled in our favor and said it would be illegal for the government to force doctors to do these procedures.
Now, will this be challenged? Will this be appealed, the ruling here?
I expect an appeal will be likely. Unfortunately, during the presidential campaign, the Biden administration promised that it was going to try to enforce the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, in this way and force doctors to do these gender transition procedures and to eliminate religious freedom protections for these doctors. So, I would hope they don't appeal, but I'm sorry that I expect that they probably will.
So, Luke, if it is appealed, and as I mentioned, I think the other case was in Texas, if I'm not mistaken, if this ends up being appealed to the Supreme Court and you get a similar outcome, that then could actually box in the Biden administration on their ability to force doctors to violate their religious beliefs, could it not?
That's absolutely right. Even the ruling we got just recently is a really important protection, not only for the Catholic doctors and hospitals who are our clients, but it's a powerful word from a federal court telling the government, you got to back off. You cannot force these doctors and hospitals to perform these highly controversial procedures in violation not only of their religious beliefs, but of their professional and expert medical judgment.
It's interesting, Luke, that in the coming months and years, when we're looking at some pretty hostile policies toward faith, that the courts may be a place of refuge for religious freedom, given the impact the Trump administration had on appointing constitutionalists to the courts.
That's exactly right. We face some very serious threats these days to religious freedom. But we at Becket have been very encouraged by really a string of victories over the years. I mean, we represented Hobby Lobby and Little Sisters of the Poor at the Supreme Court and got some great victories there. And we've really experienced a lot of victories in the federal courts. So while it's unfortunate that some administrations are willing to put in place these policies that pose such a threat to religious freedom, we can expect good results when people of faith are willing to stand up for their rights, stand up for what they believe in, and ask the courts to do the right thing. And in many cases, the courts are going to do just that.
Right. That's the key, having people willing to stand up and face the opposition and the hostility that often comes with doing so. But fortunately, they have great folks like you and others over at Becket Fund defending them in courts. Luke, thanks so much for joining us today. Congratulations on a job well done.